Hello there, and then welcome to a brand new video. This is Hap Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. Now, in this video, we'll be looking at multiplication of fractions. How do we multiply fractions by whole numbers? How do we multiply fractions by fractions? We'll do all that in this video. So, without much ado, let's quickly look at multiplying fractions by a whole number. Multiplication of fractions by a whole number. Now, how do we multiply fractions by a whole number? When you want to multiply a fraction by a whole number, simply multiply the numerator by the whole number. That is all. Multiply the numerator of the fraction by the whole number you want to what? Multiply by. The denominator remains the same. You do not touch the denominator. It is as it is. Let's take some example. So let's multiply. So we have to multiply 3 over 4 by 5. How do we go about that? So we have 3 over 4 times 5. You see? So all we do is you multiply the numerator by this number here. So multiply this by this, and that is all. So our answer is going to be 3 times 5 all over 4. Then 3 times 5 gives us a 15. Then we have over 4. Then we can change this to what other forms of fractions as well. So 15 over 4, we know gives us a 3 whole number, 3 over 4. That is as simple as that. Now, if you don't want to use this concept, look here. So we have 3 over 4 times 5. Just assume there is a 1 here, which there actually is. Every whole number is over 1. So numerator times numerator, that is 3 times 5, all over your 4 times 1. You see? And that should give us 15 over 4, just as we did over here. Let's take some more examples to explore and then enhance our understanding. So we have to multiply 7 over 8 by 6. We have to multiply 7 over 8 by 6. Once again, we are using the same procedure. We have 7 over 8 times 6. So just as I said, assume there is a 1 as a denominator over here, right? Then doing our multiplication, we have 7 times 6 all over what? 8 times 1. We know 8 times 1 will still give us the same answer. So all over 8. Then 7 times 6 gives us a 42. So we have 42 over 8. As simple as that. You can change this into what? Into mixed fraction as well. So this is how we multiply fractions by whole numbers. These are some exercises you can try your hands on to enhance your understanding and to test how fast you can work them as well. So try the following. So these are some examples you can try on your own as well. Now let's look at our next section. That is multiplying fractions by fractions. So to multiply fractions by fractions, you can straightforward multiply your numerator by the numerator and then the denominator by the denominator. What do I mean by this? Let's say we have two fractions, a over b times c over d. We can straightforward multiply a by c all over what? B times d. But sometimes you have fractions that can be simplified further. You see, so if you have fraction that you can simplify further, it is best you simplify at this stage so that you wouldn't find it difficult simplifying on your final answer. So what do I mean by it can be simplified in this case? What it means is that you can simplify vertically or what diagonally. So vertically here, we mean that your A and then B, if they have any common factor, you can use that to what simplify them, as well as C and then D. If they also have any common factor, you can also use that as well to do what? To simplify them. I do hope that makes sense. Apart from the vertical, which is the normal simplification we do, you can also try and then do it diagonally. So in that case, if A and D have any common factor, you can do that simplification before you proceed. Or better still, if C and then B have any common factor, you can also do that simplification before you proceed. So let's look at some examples here and then see how best we can apply these principles. For our first example, let's multiply 2 over 3 by 4 over 5. So our solution, we have 2 over 3 times what? 4 over 5. As you can see, it cannot be simplified in any of the directions we have spoken about. Take note, you don't simplify horizontally. That is, you can't say 2 divides 4. We don't do that. It is only vertically or diagonally. And if you look at it vertically, there's nothing to simplify. There's nothing here also to simplify. Diagonally also has nothing to simplify, and same as here. So we have 2 times 4 all over 3 times 5. And 2 times 4 gives us an 8, whereas 3 times 5 gives us a 15. This becomes our answer for the multiplication of the fraction above. Let's take another example. So in this example, multiply 1 over 2 by 3 over 7. We are multiplying 1 over 2 by 3 over 7. Our solution. So we have 1 over 2 times 3 over 7. So our 1 multiplies our 3, then our 2 multiplies our 7. And we know 1 times 3 gives us what? A 3. And 2 times 7 gives us a 14. So this here is our final answer. Let's look at another example. Now in this example, we'll try and then involve the one that we would have to simplify. So in this example here, we have to multiply 5 over 6 by 2 over 3. Is there anything you can see here with respect to the simplification we spoke about? So what do? If you take a look at it critically, you'd realize that for the 5 over 6 times 2 over 3, yes, we can't simplify these fractions. You see, there is no way a number can divide, a counting number can divide 5 and then 6. They are co-prime. They have no of such numbers in common. Same applies to 2 and 3. But on the other hand, this 2 here can divide the 6. You see? So if you're able to identify that, we can do the simplification diagonally. And 2 divides itself once. And also divides 6 thrice. Now, instead of the 2 here, we have 1. And instead of the 6 here, we also have what? 3. Then we do our multiplication. So we have 5 times 1, which gives us a 5. And then 3 times 3, which also gives us a 9. This here becomes our answer for the multiplication of 5 over 6 times 2 over 3. All we did here, that was different, was trying to simplify the fractions. And that is all. So that is how multiplication of fractions work. Let's pick more of these type of examples and see how best we can navigate. So looking at this last one we have here, it says we have to multiply 2 whole number 1 over 7 by 4 whole number 1 over 2, and then 3 whole number 9 over 5. So as you would have guessed, we'll have to change all this into their improper forms. 2 whole number 1 over 7 becomes 2 times 7, 14. 14 plus 1, we have 15 over 7. Then for the second one here, we have 4 whole number 1 over 2. That is 4 times 2 giving us 8. 8 plus 1, we have a 9 on 2 times 3, 5, 15. 15 plus 9, we have 24. So 24 over 5. Then we have to take note. So I'm going to write these fractions again. And if you look at them, there's no way we can simplify 15 over 7 unless we change to max, which is going to give us this again. 9 over 2, they are also what? Co-prime, meaning they have no number common to them that can divide them both. 24 over 5 also same. But if we look at it carefully, This 15 here and then 5, we can do some simplification. And this 2 also here and 24 can also do some simplification. Hence, let's use that. 5 divides itself once and into 15 thrice. 2 divides itself once and into 24 12. Now we look at it again and see if there is anything we can simplify. There is nothing. Hence, our fraction we were solving for now becomes 3 over 7 times 9 over 1 times 12 over 1. And 3 times 9, we know gives us a 27. And then 27 times 12 also gives us 324. Then we come to the denominator. 7 times 1 still gives us a 7. All right. So basically, this is how we multiply fractions. Multiplying fractions by a whole number, just multiply the numerator by the whole number and then you write the same denominator. Multiplying fractions by fractions, you can first of all check if there is any simplification to do before you multiply. If you don't do that and then you multiply all the numerators and then come and do all the denominators, you are not wrong as well. But if you are simplifying, you would have larger numbers to deal with, and we don't want that. You'd rather want to simplify where possible, after which you come and then do your multiplication. Then we looked at how to use mixed fractions as well. You'd have to change them first of all into their improper forms, and then from there you can take it from there. This 324 divided by 7 can also be written as whole, as mixed fraction as well. So you can do it and let me know at the comment section. So I'll give some exercises or some try work you can do on your own to test your understanding. In our next video, we'll be looking at finding a fraction of a given quantity. We're looking at how to find a fraction of a given quantity. Stay blessed.